Test, test. A little better there? Yeah. All right, we're here at Halphen's farm sale, Boars and Banners, and first and foremost, thanks to Halphen and his crew for facilitating an incredible event. Halphen's a guy that I've been very, very close with for a long time. I remember back in high school when I first started helping families, whether it been in Georgia or in-state. Jarrod Halphen is a guy I've leaned on for a long time, not only just as a mentor and a friend, but also a guy that raises great pigs. So we're looking forward to it, me and Kelton. We're going to run through your preview very efficiently and as smoothly as we can. We're starting here with Strieber. This would be 32-5. He's sired by a wake-up call. His mom was the Grand Commercial Gilt there in Dallas in 2024. She was a littermate out of the late Double Tap there at 66 Ventures. Grandmother is the mom of the Grand Barrett Houston in 2025. Once again, this would be tag 55 from Strieber.
Yeah, Garrett, really appreciate the opportunity, Jarrod and Garrison and the crew to have us here at Halphen's, and an event that I know didn't just come about in the last couple weeks. They've been planning for a long time, and to see the facilities, hopefully you guys are able to come tonight and tomorrow and just see the evolution of the operation and for things to come through fruition of what their vision was, and like better words, it's just getting started. But as we kick off the preview here, I think a great way to start there with Dakota's entry. They're a pig there, and as we're here on KV or Walton or however those things are streamed here for the first preview, we wanted to make sure that you're able to kind of evaluate the pigs as well as sizes, and we're not going to tell you where you got to show them, but just kind of things that you maybe couldn't tell without being in person. And this pig drops in, and I think he's got a big showing window. Obviously he's got just a bit more size and weight than some of them that we'll probably see, even though I haven't kicked through them. That's what I would suspect there. But knowing Striebers, they've got enough stuff, they've got enough spread, they've got enough density to always hang around a little bit if you want to. But what's incredibly impressive with this one on the first go, his length from his shoulder to his ear, his length of hip is equally as long and extended there, and have the ability to hammer down if you wanted to on the feed bucket. His muscle texture is right, has that same traditional Strieber with mass and power, but for me, his muscle texture reads as one that'll feed. His flex is awesome. His bend to his rear leg is very, very good. I never expect Dakota to bring a whole bunch of them, but always excited to see what they have. Real high on this wake-up call sired one here by Strieber. Again, that is tag number 55.
Absolutely. In the ring next here would be Hammock Showpigs. Will be lot 41, lot 42, 5-3, and then 3-5. We'll start with 41 first. That'll be one that's more light cross classifying there with the blue there on his face. He's sired by Wild Time back on a cricket sow. His mommy would have raised the champion Yorkshire Bear there at Tulsa. Numerous cell makers at OYE, San Antonio, and Houston as well. I got to go to Hammocks here just a few days ago, and man, this pig's extremely, extremely good. Lit me up, and obviously too, Kelton will hint on it as we go through, that we don't show them with pedigrees, it probably doesn't matter, but when they come to you with that type of quality and then they're bred so well out of Wild Time, then out of a proven sow, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it there for you. The other one in there in the ring is lot 42, 3-5. That pig would be more of the kind of Yorkshire classifying, Yorkshire appearing pig. He's sired by Renegade, boar here at Halphen's, out of a cricket sow there. That is a no-miss sow. She raised Gentry Terrell's cell-making light cross barrow there at OYE last year. Kate and Emily are awesome people, and they're known for their quality of stock as well. Real good pair from them.
Yeah, obviously quality is incredibly good, and I peeked over here on the table to kind of see. I probably should have looked at the sheets if they were mates or not. What's awesome to me sometimes is whenever you're able to have them, that the different pedigrees, but obviously a program there that believes in what they make, and these resemble each other, but then obviously have differences. That blue mask one, regardless of color or where we're at, has again that I guess Wild Time presence and just feeding look about him, and obviously last year Wild Time proved that they start pretty good and they get real good, and one that already exhibits this kind of a just body shape and just edge up top. That one still has a reach and go, and again I think frame size, length of body, and proportionality is about as on mark on that blue mask one as you could ever have. 42's a white one, Yorkshire classifying one, big backed, big ended, but still goes good, clean jointed, and I guess one of those that that looks like he could handle a lot of heat in a lot of different rings. Just fortunately for you guys, he can classify as a Yorkshire. The thing that I like about him probably is one that's going to be stout and wide between his eyes, and stout about his jaw, and stout about his blade, but he doesn't give you one of the impression that he's going to have that overly mature, coarse look whenever he's in the end, but will outpower probably anything in that particular ring. Footwork is strong and good too. Very, very good prospect. Again, the solid white one, Hammock Showpigs, is tag 42. The blue mask one out of Wild Time, Hammock Showpigs, tag 41.
Yeah, and before Miller Time makes his way in, just to add a few comments there per request, and I'm happy to do it. That blue one leaving, I think it's real hard, just like Kelton said, to make pigs with that type of width from behind, shape up high. His composition's absolutely beautiful. He's still skinny-necked and strong-footed. That pig hit me really good. Like we said there, Miller Time's in next. Cade Miller, an awesome guy and one of my very good friends. And as we go through this, you'll probably hear me say that a few times. We're close with a lot of your guys' consigners here as you watch the preview. It doesn't mean their pigs are good, but they are in this case, and that's what's so refreshing and so cool. Miller Time's brought us an awesome pair of them here. We'll start by discussing 36, 20-1. He's sired by Woke, back on a tricked out Dirty Lovin' sow. That would be the same mom as Just One More, trading up in TB12. She also has some of the best bears this summer going to Tulsa that Cade raised. I think that's a very good pig. The other one there would be lot 37, 21-1. He's a hang tight out of an absolute tricked out sow. No footnotes there in terms of sow description or anything like that. Only thing I know is that they're both very good, and Halphen's happy to have him here. This is Miller Time Genetics.
Yeah, you know, I told Weldon as we kind of started out there, know most of the guys here, but obviously he's closer to most, just regional and growing up with those guys. And unfortunately, I do get to come through. I guess fortunately, I get to come to Oklahoma a lot, but unfortunately, I don't get to stop at a lot of places necessarily and end up going to sales there. I've only been to Miller Time once, and was blown away there whenever you went. I kind of had a couple guys tell me prior to going that, hey, you ain't going to see just some little common pigs whenever you go. They're going to be wild. They're going to be extreme. They're going to be one of those operations that looks like they're destined for the very biggest banner, the very biggest prize, and swing for the fences, for the lack of better words, but don't look like they miss either. And, you know, again, just showing in Texas and having things there. There was a bear that these guys raised last year that throughout the entire time got along like a bandit, and at the same time it was the one that I was the most worried about getting along in the end there for sure. So they do a great job. 36 is that traditionally belted one, or Hampshire classifying it, whatever you want to call that. Go any direction you want to go. I love that guy's just head shape and ear set. He's just got a neat little presence about him. He looks like a proud show pig when he comes in. That was the first word that came to mind whenever he entered the ring there. Sets up really high on the top of his blade where his neck comes out. I like his length of body to match him from a maturity standpoint. Still has those extremities that we just talked about, but probably for me just blends so well from the side and makes everything balanced. A very good one there that looks like he's got a good future. That chromed up one's maybe just a bit bulkier, big rib cage, and his center body is one of those that looks like he can miss a couple feedings and still have more than most. Big, broad up top, just a very dense made kind of an animal there. Again, looks like you could do what you want to from a feed bucket perspective. I think on the video you can probably tell how wide and stout he is. I don't know if you could tell just how comfortable they are when they're out here and goes. So again, 37 is that chromed up one, Miller Time Genetics. The belted one out of Woke is tag 36.
In the ring next here would be Todd Showpigs. Obviously a guy we need no introduction here for. Kelton and I actually had the opportunity to talk his preview as well, and a guy I've known forever, looked up to forever, and respected for a long time. Last year had a great run with a pig from him and only strengthened our relationship. And so I guess being around Gary's more since then, man, it's really blown me away. It just is the true quality he's got running around there, whether it's his #1 favorite sow on the farm or his 25th pick. They're all liable to raising a winning show bear or show gilt. And in my opinion, that is the hardest thing to do as a pig breeder. We'll start here by talking lot 60, 33-8. That pig there would be sired by Wild Time, back on a safe word sow. No sow notes there, but obviously if you've got questions, reach out to Gary. That's an incredible pedigree in my opinion. That the top and bottom side is all in-house stuff, and so to me, very, very impressive that Gary was able to assemble a pig of that quality. The other one here would be the Poland Gilt 30-2, sired by Altogether, back on a Head Start sow. Gary's Poland deal needs no introduction. Obviously, Wild Time, the run his other crossbred pigs have had, is what's probably the most noteworthy to the majority of us. But for purebred breeders and I guess guys that are interested in that, you know what his Polands have done for sure. We'll let Kelton talk about them. I think this pair is really, really good. Thank you, Gary Todd.
Yeah, you know, it was a lot of fun there to Gary's farm sale there, and was able to go. And the neat thing is, I still don't really understand necessarily why guys get me to talk them, and but for me, I'm always honored, and it's a humbling kind of a deal. But more than anything, I'm always excited because it leaves me no excuses to not go somewhere that I want to go. They're pulled in so many different directions there. And Gary's sale was awesome. In the last couple years, I've gotten to know Gary and his family a lot more, and I got utmost respect from him in the show ring prior to that. But now it's just genuine people and breeders. And anyway, this is a program as a whole. Obviously, the crossbred deal, Wild Time, we can all go on and on there. This one, to me, has a bit more early shape and just punch than maybe a lot of those did a year ago that started, that ended up working, but still has, just as we've already alluded to, the right kind of muscle texture, the right kind of bend to the rear leg, the right kind of skeletal squareness to be ones that are there in the end, as that boar proved to do. The Poland deal, you know, as you go, and I have been able to go to Gary's a few different times, they always have a pen of minor breeds that just blow me away. And in fact, that farm sale, I dipped down and spent more on a breed pig than I've ever done for us to take home in a Poland that I believe was bred exactly like this one here, full sib there. Those pigs, the other thing I can tell you, and I'm sure most of the guys ringside or there viewing have had experience with Gary's pigs, I have yet to bring one home that doesn't just take off and progress from there in terms of muscle shape, development, growth, everything there together. Feeding pigs that are built for the long haul for sure, and that's why they have the reputation they do. So again, the crossbred out of Wild Time is tagged 60. The Poland female there out of Altogether, 30-liter female if you follow things from home, but she is tagged 61.
Before Phillips comes in, a few comments, like we said, we may add on. Obviously, the crossbred, like Kelton said, we could talk about him for a while. That Poland Gilt with that type of neck, that type of composition, that length of hip, absolutely perfect skeleton. I know Halphen's obviously had great luck with that breed from Gary specifically. Kelton got him a high rent one there off the farm sale, bred similar, and so did I. And what I can add on to that is that they do truly go home and only get better from Gary. That's very, very hard to do. Next in, like we said, Cooper Phillips coming in. Obviously no stranger, especially to this farm and the people here. Cooper's another one of them guys that is very synonymous with raising winning show barrows and winning show gilts. We'll start here talking tag 49. That would be 106-1, sired by Mainline. And then on a next intention sow, that mom would be the same mom as Eye Opener. She raised class winners at all the majors across the country here. I've got writ on my description, specifically in Oklahoma and Texas. That's very hard to do. We all know that. The other one there would be tag 50, 104-1. That's a dog-eat-dog. Quite frankly, never before. Mom would be a littermate there to the 4th overall light crossbred barrow at Tulsa. Grandma has raised multiple winners. As we go through here and we continue to talk them, Halphen's got these ear tags in order. The leadoff pigs you'll see are always going to be blue ear tag. The second rounders are going to be white, and for those guys that may have brought 3 of them, those tags will be yellow. So you guys can kind of follow along in that regard. He structured it very beautifully from that standpoint. Here's Cooper Phillips.
Yeah, another firm, obviously. I've been watching the last several years, and when I went to the farm, just pin after pin of them that I remember were just built so right. And I didn't get the opportunity to see the sow herd, but I talked to a couple guys that live right there around close after I left and was making other visits there a year ago. And I made that same comment. I said, I don't know if I've ever been to a place that the entire set were made so right from a skeletal aspect. and just feet and legs were just on point. And they said, well, Cooper doesn't allow a sow to be on the place that's not just absolutely perfect. And I've got to visit with him quite a bit in the last year, and you can tell how committed they are there on that. Back to the pigs there right here, that cheetah marked or calico or whatever one you talk about him on 49. I saw his picture and was excited to see him. I believe just kind of scrolling through Facebook, I haven't been able to get to the barn yet, but just kind of looking through the sheet, we're going to see quite a few main lines, and we've already seen quite a few of them this fall at live pig sales as being the elite ones that were presented there. Obviously, we're right here where mainline resides, but this pig here, I don't know if you could see on the screen just how round his body is. I mean, that is a big centered one that starts at his forerib and carries consistently to the back portion of his body. When they're built like that, they're always going to have spread up top. He too's got a killer look, and like I say, that traditional build that I came to expect there from Phillips. Really neat one there. For me, his color even adds to his quality. Doesn't deter one bit there. Neat show pig for sure. The belted one, again, I don't know if you could make one any more comfortable. I don't know if you could make one any leveler from their shoulder to their tail root there. And then for me, and a lot of times evaluating ones that from a structural aspect, when I'm judging and in the ring, if they can naturally get their head and neck above their body like this one is, usually their front end is assembled correctly, and I think this one is exactly that. Lovers, tail sets, love the length of hip correlation there, and yet still he's got plenty. Looks like one of those that'll feed very, very good. Again, frame size looks like you could kind of fit him right there in the middle part anywhere you wanted to destine him. But awesome pair there. I was excited to see him after I saw the pictures, and definitely don't disappoint by any means there. 49 would be the calico. That would be, again, Phillips Showpigs. 49 out of mainline. 50's the belted one. Dog Eat Dog from Phillips Showpigs.
In the ring next will be CNC Showpigs, a firm that to me very near and dear to my heart. I actually have the opportunity of helping Slim and Copeland's kids there with their show projects, so I'm in and out a lot. Slim probably tell you not as much as he'd want me to be, but one thing I do know about them, specifically Slim, he takes the pigs he brings to a live sale setting extremely serious, and especially when they have a vulva, he's not going to roll one out just to go try to sell her. He's believing in what he's doing. So talking the gilt first, that'd be a lot 56, 52-1, sired by One Way, back on a True Colors Kingpin sow. That same mom would be Bases Loaded's mother, also the same mommy as Cantrell's pig that was 7th overall Dark Cross at OYE this year. I believe he was 3rd overall in Division 1. Obviously, Bases Loaded and that pig were absolutely incredible, but that sow's raised more than just that. Just incredibly good caliber type of livestock in terms of head, bone, feature. The fact that she is a gilt and has the opportunity to raise something one day, I'd look in. I know Slim feels very strong about her potential, and it took a lot for him to bring her